So the next topic that I want to talk about is boom, 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 size and weight.
Size and weight.
So if you go back to, I guess you can look at it over here as well. So, what I did was I have a king bed at home, and they have two sizes, 90 by 90 and 94 by 96. Now, uh, I have no idea which one to pick. I don't understand how I'm supposed to. And this is a real dilemma. If you scroll down a little bit, so I did actually some research to find out just a little more. Yeah. So I did some research on the breakdown of the mattress sizes people bought in the US. And the biggest was Queen, which is 41%. So that's actually the group I would care about the most. But the King were 18% as well. So this gives some context. This is how I would build an argument. This is one of the important tools that I want to teach marketers is that uh, don't ever go to a client and say, hey, this is, give context and build an argument. So this is how I would build my argument. But
You sound like a lawyer right now.
we are all lawyers. We are all lawyers.
I know. I was just
But
joking.
but the challenge is that even if I were to have the Queen, which is 41% of the buying audience, and of course I'm looking at the US, I'm sure it'd be similar across the world, but and I don't think it's similar across the world. But my point is that I would find sources that are relevant to the point I'm trying to make. But if you select Queen, for example, in Queen, if you actually go to the live page, maybe we can just show if someone has Queen, which is the biggest group. There are two sizes now. There are two weights: 20 pounds and 25 pounds. How is the consumer supposed to decide? How are you supposed to know? Now, what they have done is, if you scroll lower on the page, you will notice on maybe the third scroll. I also over here, step one. So select the right size and weight. Tip is 10% of your body weight is ideal.
Super hidden.
This is one of the simple principles of marketing is co-locating related ideas, right? If the user is having anxiety around selecting the weight, this information needs to be available to them at that location versus them having that anxiety and having to scroll down. Who's going to have the insight that, oh, let me look lower on the page to see what this is? And by the way, even this is kind of hidden. Just go back to my concept real quick, and I'll just kind of if you scroll lower, please. Thank you. Yeah, just lower, next page maybe. Okay, so yeah, so as I mentioned over here, 20 and 25 pounds is hard to choose from. If you go lower again, I think I have some more content. Okay, so I've mentioned over here that they have explained this lower on the page. If you come lower, yeah, just goes down. Okay, so I would co-locate this, and the way I would do this is that how to choose hyperlink over here, because you want to diffuse the anxiety at the moment the anxiety was born, right? So when I'm here, I'm like, oh shit, how do I choose between these two things? I'll immediately notice this hyperlink, and when you click on the hyperlink, I've done a couple of interesting things over here. So on click, I would show a light box and I would show this content. 10% of your body weight is ideal. If you are in between weights, choose a bigger weight. There's a couple of things I've done over here. So this is copy that I've just made up, by the way, but I would run it by the client to figure it out. So the thing is that when you say, it's such bad copywriting when you say 10% of body weight, because if I'm 200 and 220 pounds, that means I should go with 22-pound weight blanket. They have two choices. Scroll up a little bit. Let me see what the two sizes were: 20 and 25, right? 20 and 25 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. So what now? Am I looking at something that is closer on the lower end, or am I looking at something that's closer on the higher end? This is an unnecessary dilemma you've left in you've left the anxiety with me for no reason. So I just simply said, if you are in between those two numbers, choose the bigger weight. Now, this could be wrong. Maybe they recommend choosing the smaller weight, but I would force the client to give a decisive answer for the buyer, so that we don't leave people hanging if they are, in those ranges. Then what I've done right below that is I've used a question that is in the buyer's mind and made that a headline. And it says, what if I pick the wrong weight? Now, if you go back to their page, Lorenz, if you just go to the live page, one of their selling propositions right on top of the page where they show their icon, yeah, right here. One of their selling propositions is this fact that you get 100 nights free trial. So if that's already the case and the person has this anxiety, why not address that when the anxiety takes place? So if you go back to my notes, I simply say, if you don't love it within 100 days, simply use our return portal to ship it back. And then notice the copy I've written over here. See, the thing that I want to always do is that I want to make the reader feel like this 100%, this 100-day guarantee or happiness guarantee, this is actually nowadays become very common, and everyone has it. So I'm intentionally trying to change the language so that when the reader reads it, it feels like it's something unique. So that part I've left. But after that, I ask another question. Is there a catch? Because that's another question that the user has. Like, what's the catch here? Is there a gotcha? And the answer is nope. Simply return and get your money back. We want to, I guess wrong copy. I should have. So we want you to sleep well we want to sleep well at night as too. So basically I'm saying even we need to sleep with our clear conscience. So that's my insight there.
Yeah. So I have two things to add to this. Because in this episode we wanted to pick 3 ideas each. Obviously we found a lot of ideas, I would say, so we had to kind of like choose which one to talk about. I actually want to talk about something that I found in my research. So I have this section called anxiety relief. And before I actually unveil what I put there, let me explain it to you. So basically, this is like people that intentionally said, oh, I wasn't sure, if I wanted to buy this product because of X anxiety, but then I saw ... anxiety relief. So I pulled the trigger and decided to buy. So now all of a sudden you have some people, and actually I found a pattern around what their anxiety relief is. You have a bunch of people mentioning the whole kind of like mental thought that they have in their brain. Well, I had this, fear about buying the product because of X reason, but that fear got completely deleted and canceled thanks to this anxiety relief element that I found on the website. Guess what the anxiety relief people mention?
100-day return happiness.
Ta-da! You win, Rishi. So 100% with you. The data shows that the 100-day return policy is an anxiety relief. So 100% there with you. The other thing that I wanted to mention around the choose the right size. So I'm going to show you an example of a competitor of Ash called Beer Abby. Basically here they have a similar section called size guide, and when clicking on it, and I thought it was quite interesting and compelling as well, when clicking on it, they actually show a visual of what the different weight looks like on each type of bed. So you truly understand, because people mention, oh, I bought the king size, and I can't show it to you because it's more like a voice of the customer type of data. It's not like kind of like a quantitative data from qualitative data. But a lot of people said, oh, I bought the queen one, but something that I noticed is that the blanket is too short for the bed, so I wish I bought the blanket for the king, right? So what this visual shows is exactly how the blanket would look like on a different type of bed, because maybe like somebody likes the blanket to be quite wide, others don't really care. So yeah, just I thought it was kind of like a good visual right here.
That's great. I would even add, to me, these are such critical, pressure points of the sale. I would actually have a demonstration video where maybe the founder is actually even talking about. I again, these are future improvements. But yes, this is great. This is great. Yeah.